Hi, we're going to do a little lesson on geography. So today I'm going to have you independently do a little activity when we talk about Africa and African geography. And then I'm going to ask you to complete the challenge if you are still waiting for me to start today's lesson. All right, so today's goal is that we will examine the various regions of Africa and the impact that geography had on those different regions. So, Africa is a continent. Oftentimes, people refer to Africa as though it were a country. Africa is made up of 54 different countries with very varied geography, culture, language, and it's the second largest continent in the world after Asia. So, Africa is mostly in the southern hemisphere. Um, well, I guess not. Maybe it's like almost half and half. But Africa, I tell people, how do you identify Africa on a world map? It looks like a horse. There's its eye, there's its ear, there's its nose. It's a horse. So if you ever need to find it on a map, just turn your head sideways. Okay, so Africa is made up of very different regions. This unit, we're specifically going to focus on the interactions between West Africa and the Mediterranean world, and East Africa and the Indian Ocean. All right, but usually we break Africa up into North, West, East, Central, and Southern Africa. And the reason we don't say South Africa is that this country right down here is actually titled South Africa. So a region is an area that has common features, similar geography, for example, culture, history. That's usually what makes up a region. So what are the geographic features that impact the different regions of Africa? So North Africa. North Africa, what geographic features do you see and how do you think they will impact North Africa? So when we're looking, remember, geographic features are aspects of land and sea. So right across the top, I can see the word Sahara Desert. I can also see the Mediterranean Sea touching the coast of North Africa, the Red Sea on this side of North Africa, and the Atlantic Ocean on this side of North Africa. Okay, so the Mediterranean Sea borders it to the north. The Middle East borders to its east. All right, this is where we've just been learning about, right? We just learned about how Islam formed here as well as the Muslim empires. They ultimately take over this northern region of North Africa. The Nile River, so all the way back to our river valley civilizations, is right here in North Africa. And the Sahara Desert kind of borders the bottom of North Africa and really divides it from the rest of our African regions. So what's the impact? Well, the Mediterranean Sea allows North Africa to trade a lot with Europe and the Middle East. It's been conquered by a variety of people, from the Roman empires to the Byzantine to the Muslim world. So we're going to see lots of different cultures here, so lots of cultural diffusion. Excuse me. The Nile River, we know from our ancient river valley civilizations that rivers provide fertile soil for farming. And to this day, in modern day Egypt, most people and cities are right along the river because it is so essential to living. It is bordered to its south by the Sahara Desert and really isolates the people that live along that Mediterranean coast from people who live in what we call sub-Saharan Africa. So we see very different cultures at first for a very long time until technology allows for the crossing of the Sahara. We see a lot of differences between the people that live in Northern Africa and the people that live below the Sahara. So I would ask that you watch this video that is actually available. Once you finish watching this video, you can go back and watch the 5 facts about the Sahara Desert. Okay, on your note sheet, define what is it sub-Saharan means. So when we use that word sub, it always means below, like the subway. or subterranean, which means below. So sub-Saharan literally means the regions of Africa that are below the Sahara Desert. So add that to your note sheet. Our next region is known as West Africa. So we have a variety of rivers that run through West Africa. The most influential and impactful would be the Niger River right here. The Niger River is going to be the foundation for our West African kingdoms that we will be talking about, and the ones that ultimately control the trans-Saharan trade route and the gold salt trade route. This region is also called the Sahel. Sahel is actually an Arabic word that means coastline. So it's the coast of the Sahara. It basically is the strip of land that is semi-dry, that separates the Sahara Desert from the rainforest, right? So our West African kingdoms are going to live here in the Sahel, bordered by the Sahara on one side and the rainforest on the other. So the rainforest impact West Africa because it does not allow, so our civilizations are really going to be based right along the Niger River in the Sahel region, because the Sahara to its north is not inhabitable for civilizations. And the rainforest is also not suitable for large scale population. You can't farm in the rainforest. It is too dense, but it is useful to live north of the rainforest because you can utilize its resources like timber and medicines that you can find in the plants. And also, there's a fair amount of gold in the areas of the rainforest. So Central Africa is going to be mostly made up of our savannas. It's a mixture. To the northern part of Central Africa is rainforest, the Congo, and then to the south are large savannas, which are huge grasslands that we normally think of when we think of Africa. It's where you're going to see those large animal groups like elephants and giraffes and zebras. It also does support a fair amount of agriculture. East Africa is going to be one of the other places we study and focus on. East Africa, we're going to see that trading cities develop along the coast of East Africa, and that gives them access to the Indian Ocean, which was a really strong trade network. And thanks to those monsoon winds, there's the impact of geography. They trade heavily with India and China and the Middle East. They use the monsoon winds to propel their boats down the coast of Africa for half the year, and then the winds change directions and the trade goes from Africa to Arabia, India, and China. Right? So those are just some parts of Africa's very varied or changeable geography. There's lots of different types of geography in the continent of Africa. So please fill out your map on the other side. We are not going to be using the textbooks to do it. I'd ask you to use this presentation as well as Google in order to help you label the key things that are identified on your map. All right. Thanks for watching.